Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Snakeworks. This video is about my trick head albino to trick clutch that I hatched out a couple weeks ago. What you're going to see is them before they shed. You're going to hear me use a bunch of terminology that may or may not be correct. If you think I'm doing something wrong, feel free to leave a comment, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so this is my trick head albino times trick apparently not het albino clutch. I'll go into that more about what happened, but I want to show off some of the variability in the trick gene, as well as what I believe are two super tricks that I produced. I'll go through these one by one. I think this first buddy right here is a normal. It's interesting, when you breed the trick gene, sometimes you do get markings on the normal that would indicate this might be a trick, but the rest of the snake doesn't show anything that would indicate that. This second one, this is a trick. This is what you would expect to see when hatching out. The base morph trick, this one's pretty cool. It's got a lot of the Cheerios running along the spine and indicates or presents the rest of these curly cues going all the way down. And it's just a nice single gene trick right there. Happy with that one. This is the second normal I got out of this clutch. I think somewhere on this one there might be something that indicates trick, but who knows. You know, interesting here on the spine too, you end up with some of these like Cheerio type markings. And in the past I definitely have produced what I thought were normals that end up proving out to be trick. So there's a lot of variability in the gene. I'm just gonna say this is a normal though. This is one of what I believe to be a super trick. You see it's much more heavily patterned. I mean, from head to tail, it's just exquisite, intricate design. I mean, this is what I would say top of the line trick. I mean, the pattern is incredible, and that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this particular gene. I mean, compare it to that other single gene base morph trick here. You can see the difference in the patterning. It looks like the super trick is a little bit lighter as well, and a clear difference in between these two. These are also all possible het albino that could be playing into some of the color variation you see here. I grab another one of these. I believe this is the other super trick I produced. You can see the similarity in between these two animals. Super busy pattern all the way through. Just incredible looking animal. Another thing I love about the trick gene is these are dark snakes that will grow up and they will not brown out. They maintain this level of color and contrast into their adulthood. I mean, they really are just something beautiful to behold, in my opinion. So here we have another single gene base morph trick, possible het albino. Big difference between the supers, but still just beautiful animal. A lot of that Cheerio type design on the top of the spine there. The curly cues, as I call them, that go throughout the pattern. And let's see, this is another trick, single gene base morph trick. I like this one. There's a little bit more subtle pattern to it. Looks like there's a little bit more black on the spine. Should note that I find it interesting that these snakes came out of the egg over the past 24 hours and don't bite, but I would think within 24 hours they'll be trying to take my fingers off. I think that's something that all ball pythons seem to do, is that first 24 to 48 hours out of the egg just are docile and friendly, and then decide to start trying to bite you. Now, I was hoping to produce trick albinos and super trick albinos. Lesson learned for me about record keeping. While I definitely kept good records for all of the years that I have paired animals together, I learned that doesn't do any good if you don't go back and review them before pairing animals. I have about 100 snakes right now. Been breeding, I think maybe this is my 5th or 6th year, and I've met the limits of what my brain can simply remember. The female trick, not het albino, that I believe was a trick het albino, I had paired her a couple years ago with a Enchi albino. She and that male did not lock, so I switched out him with a pastel calico. They produced eggs, and in my mind I got confused, assuming that I had paired those two, and I had assigned in my mind her the label of trick het albino. So lesson learned. I'm still happy with the clutch, but again, this is probably the 4th time I've tried producing trick albinos and have not been able to do it. It's becoming quite elusive, almost comical. I have one more pair of eggs in the incubator, so I may be able to produce them this year. We'll see. I'll be listing some of these on Morph Market in the future, but I'm pretty sure these two will be staying here with me. Well, there you have it, the trick het albino to trick clutch. This is probably my 6th year breeding ball pythons, and I think that may be my most favorite clutch I've ever hatched out. Love the way those super tricks look. There might be more than those 2 super tricks in there, and if you saw anything that I've missed, please let me know in the comments. I think at this time I also want to urge everybody to join USARK as they fight for our rights to continue to keep reptiles. There's a lot of people out there that think that you shouldn't have any pets just because they don't want you to. Screw them. I'm going to leave a link in the comments where you can go to the USARK website, and please donate what you can. Sign up for a yearly membership. You get a sweet t-shirt, and we can all keep doing what we love to do. Thanks again, and I hope to see you soon with another video.